In the silence between words, I find my anger growing louder, not because I want to hurt you, but because I feel misunderstood. My thoughts are tangled, each one louder than the last, and all I want is for you to hear me. Yet, the more I try to explain, the more it feels like I'm fading into the background of your world. Anger isn't about hatred, it's about disappointment. It's the kind of pain that comes when expectations crumble under the weight of broken promises. It's not that I wish you harm, but I wish you could understand how much it stings when trust is fractured. And yet, silence reigns where there should be understanding. I find myself consumed by this storm inside, where my thoughts are spinning uncontrollably. It's not that I want to lash out, it's that I feel like my feelings are invisible to you, as if they're not important enough to acknowledge. It leaves me feeling small, unheard, and lost. When you hurt me, it's not just the actions I can't let go of, it's the echo of your words and your indifference, a noise that keeps circling in my mind, building and building. My anger isn't for you to bear. It's something I carry because I can't find peace until the air between us clears. There's this heaviness that lingers in the space between us, a burden of unspoken things that hang like a storm cloud, waiting to burst. I don't want to be angry with you, but my mind races with questions, searching for answers that seem to slip through the cracks of every conversation we've had. I don't scream or shout, but my soul feels the weight of unspoken frustration. I carry it silently, but it's there. It's always there, feeding on the unanswered questions and the promises broken along the way. And sometimes I wonder if you even notice it. I'm not angry in the way you might think. I'm angry because I care too much, and that care has turned into something heavy. It's frustration, confusion, and disappointment, all tangled together. I don't want to hold on to this, but it feels like the only thing keeping me tethered to something that once made sense. The anger I feel isn't a fire that burns with hatred, but a cold, quiet hurt. It's the kind of anger that makes me want to retreat, to shut myself off from everything. It's not about revenge or punishment. It's about finding space to breathe when the weight of emotions becomes too much. I've spent hours replaying everything in my mind, searching for a reason to hold on to the trust I had in you. But each thought leads me to the same conclusion. Something has changed, and I can't ignore it anymore. I'm angry, not because I want to be, but because something inside me refuses to stay quiet about how it feels. I'm not angry at you. I'm angry at the situation we find ourselves in, at how words have failed us, how actions have spoken louder than we ever intended. It's not a desire to hurt you, but a need to express the deep frustration that has built up from all the things left unsaid. It's not about blame or finding fault. It's about how I feel invisible, as if my thoughts and feelings don't matter. My anger comes from that feeling of being pushed aside, ignored, when all I wanted was to be seen and heard by you. I don't want to be angry with you, but sometimes silence speaks louder than words. The absence of understanding and empathy creates a wall, and the anger builds within me like a dam waiting to burst. I'm trying to hold it together, but it's harder than you think. When I'm angry with you, it's not a choice. It's a reaction to feeling as though I've been forgotten, disregarded, or misunderstood. I carry this weight, and no matter how hard I try, I can't seem to let it go until something changes. I'm angry, not because I want to punish you, but because I feel like the pieces of us that once fit together so perfectly are now scattered and broken. The more I try to pick them up, the harder it is to make sense of where we went wrong. There's an aching in my heart that I can't explain. It's the kind of ache that comes when someone you love makes you feel invisible. It's not about the anger itself. It's about the pain that gave birth to it, a pain that sits heavy on my chest. I don't want to carry this anger with me. It's exhausting and it drains me, but it feels like the only thing I have left to hold on to. I keep searching for peace, but every time I think I've found it, something pulls me back into the same cycle of frustration and hurt. The anger I feel isn't loud or explosive. It's quiet, persistent, a shadow that follows me everywhere. I wish I could let go of it, but it's tangled up in everything I've ever felt for you. The love, the trust, the disappointment. It's hard to separate them. I don't expect you to understand my anger right away. It's complicated, layered with feelings of hurt, confusion, and a longing for things to go back to the way they were.